Hi guys, it's voice over me, and I just have two things to say. The first thing is that I recorded this video at 10 p.m. at night, so if some of the things that I'm saying don't make sense, you guys know why now. And the second thing, I literally don't know why, guys, but every time the camera comes out, all of a sudden I accumulate this accent. I don't even know why, but yeah. If you know me personally, you'd know this is not exactly how I speak. But anyway, cue the video. You know what I'm saying? See the girls make them rich like great, yeah. Ish, guys, that song is like, it stays in my head rent free. But like, guys, yo, I don't even want to take this makeup off. That's how much I'm just like, let me talk to him. All the niggas wanna take I do. Skur. The way that. Kaya bulang mo niya.
Hold on. I can't hear you.
Cardi, why you ignoring me? Answer my calls, Cardi.
Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Kera.com. I am Mekaya Macheke and this is my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, you definitely want to hit the subscribe button so that you can become official member of the gang.com. As you guys can see, my face is still beat or whatever. If you haven't already, I do urge you to watch my photo shoot vlog. That's where you will see why I have this beat face, you know, the vibes, you know what I do. So yeah, guys, I actually wasn't gonna record a video this late at night, but I was like, you know what, let me just do it. My face is beat. I need to take advantage of this, you know what I'm saying? So as you guys have read from the title, I will be doing 16 things I learned at 16. I saw this idea from, I think her name is Radical Ray. Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but I saw the title and I'm like, she did 18 things she learned at 18. So I'm like, let me share 16 things I learned at 16. Okay guys, so before we start, I would urge you again to please hit the subscribe button, like, comment and subscribe. What you guys think about my makeup? How do I look? I know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? See the girls make them rich like great, yeah. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so before I start, I'm just gonna start by saying that I hope you're all well, that you're all good, that you're all keeping safe, you know the vibe. The first thing that I learned at 16 is that you need to keep on praying. And as much as this phrase and most of the phrases I'm gonna say today are so cliche, they're such important statements and they seriously need to be more stressed. Personally, I am a Christian. I grew up in a Christian family, and I think this year is one of the years where I really got to understand that Christianity is more about having a relationship with Jesus than being religious, if that makes sense. So I mean, keep on praying in terms of building a relationship with God. And even no matter the consequences, the circumstances that happen in life, I know that, you know, I can keep on praying to him because I have a relationship with him and because I know that he will be able to guide me in the right path. So in two simple words, you need to keep on praying to, one, have a relationship with God, and two, know and believe that he is with you throughout all circumstances of your life, good and bad. The second thing I learned at 16 is that I am in charge of my own destiny. I think, guys, I've reached the age and the maturity where I'm able to distinguish the difference between reality and dreams. When we're younger, we have all these unrealistic expectations of ourselves, and as we grow up, well, as I grow up, I'm able to, you know, learn and know what I can actually do and what I actually can't do. You're in charge of your own destiny. I don't only mean with school and with work, you know, I mean with my whole future and goals in general. So I mean socially, you know, how am I gonna develop over time in life? life kali, relationship kali, academic kali, whatever kali, friendship kali. And I believe that my destiny will be determined by my decisions. So whatever decisions I choose to make, I trust and hope that they'll be healthy, that I may be able to reach my destiny, if that makes sense. Your destiny is literally dependent on how you go about living your life, So the third thing that I've learned is that people will always talk. It depends on me, on how I'm going to react, and if I'm going to dwell on what they say. We've all experienced it where people judge us and we're just like, oh my gosh. But I think I've actually come to realize that it's easier to use all of this negative energy. Like in physics, how you take potential energy and convert it to kinetic energy. Yeah, you take that negative energy, put it into your soul, into your spirit, into your ecclesio, convert it into fuel to make you go all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people do talk and it is the truth, you know what I mean? The most important thing for me that I've learned is that I need to use this to fuel me up rather than to just dwell on it. Whether it's true or not true, I need to just sit down with myself and be like, oh, okay, if it's true, I need to change this and this. If it's not true, don't change it, carry on going, sis. Most of the time, people talk in negative ways, so it's judging. For example, for me, starting this whole YouTube thing, my goals, what I want to do, people, the adults as well, they judge you. Or let me just say they nyata you in a way. Also shows the insecurities of people deep down. Even me, let me stop acting like I don't judge. We all judge, guys, and deep down when we all judge, there's something within us that we need to change, that we are insecure about, because we are so quick to notice it in other people. The fourth thing I learned at the age of 16 is that I was born alone, therefore I will die alone. And I think this phase is very important because as teenagers, we're so dependent on our friends and society that we forget that we are literally born here alone. And as a Christian, I think also one thing I'm constantly reminded by is that I will be judged alone. And depending on this world, depending on friends and family, as much as it's important, it's not supposed to be my main priority. As I said before, making decisions for myself. Always do this thing where we're gonna do this and this with Mang, or I'm planning to finish school at this school. Things like that will always change. For a long time, I think even for many, we think we're born legally pair and we have the same minds, that if someone else's situation changes, mine will change as well. And that is not the situation. So it's very important for me to remember this phrase, that I'm here alone and I die alone, no matter the circumstances. I have people around me and I appreciate them, but people will always evolve and change. I am the only constant in my own life. The fifth thing I learned at 16 is that I need to trust the right people with the right things. And where I got this phrase, guys, was from the phrase, don't trust anybody. I didn't want to use that phrase because I feel like there are certain things that you can trust certain people with. And it's actually something I've done subconsciously, is that there are certain things that I will tell one person that I will never tell another. And it's literally based on our friendship background, your own background, like where my friend lives, or not even friends, even family, and just the type of person you are, because you never know how a specific person can react to certain things. So if I know that if you know this about me or about this happening, there's a higher chance that you would tell someone, whereas if I told you something else, you wouldn't, type of things. Something that I've kind of learned about myself, that I do subconsciously tend to tell people certain things that I wouldn't tell. And I probably done it to all of my friends, most probably. So yeah, if you're my friend and you're watching this. The sixth thing I learned at 16 is that I can't change other people's lives if I don't change myself. The reason why I'm saying this phrase is that many times to people we say, no, live life, be happy, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be alright. But deep down, we also know that we are not living that life. And in essence, I'll be living a lie. It's a lie to go around and tell people, don't do that, when I am doing the exact same thing. In essence, it's also disrespectful to myself. It's like, are we clumpy? You know, I keep calling us like asses. You can't be going around saying, hey, mama this, mama that, when the same type of things are done by me. Like, it's living a lie, and I don't want to live that type of way. It's something I'm changing slowly but surely. And the seventh thing I've learned about myself that I've seen through other people is that my independency is mistaken. How can I explain this? My independency is mistaken to me wanting to be alone, if that makes sense. I've kind of been living up to the point I said in number 2, where you are in charge of your own destiny. People kind of take that and think that maybe I'm just trying to isolate myself and stuff, living my own thing. You know, those people that just sit alone at school, that just like, nah. No, like, guys, now I love people, I love a social life, but I also need to have time to be with me and to just be independent. You know, I will be honest, with this photo shoot, nobody knows about it. And some people may think I just don't want them to be in my life. But it's not even about that. It's just about, you know, me taking charge of my own things without having to depend on other people for it. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. The 8th thing I learned at 16 is that I need to leave room for judgment. Whether it's from family, friends, or strangers, as shocking as this might sound, judgment helps me and even you watching this video right now to grow. It helps us to grow as people. We're able to learn things about ourselves. You know, if it's a bad type of judgment, like people judging you to bring you down, you're able to learn how you react in those type of situations, and if there's anything that you yourself need to change when you react in those situations. But the second thing, what I mean when I say good judgment, I mean good criticism, if that makes sense. So how do you take that criticism and change it to become something that can be positive? And why I say we need to leave room for that, many times when someone says something immediately, well, most of the time, I tend to think that they're trying to judge me. And, you know, just to be more open-minded, to say, no, what if they're actually trying to help me, you know, to grow? Also vice versa. I need to be able to also approach people in a way, you know, a less judgmental way. I'm not saying I'm not a judgmental person, or I try my best not to be. But, you know, even when I do open up to people, you know, I need to try my best. Also, constructive criticism, I need to also be able to be as humble as possible, so that when they also take it in, they're also able to leave room for judgment. Because I feel like in this world, you know, we'll be able to receive what we give. So if I give people good criticism in a way for them to be able to open room in their hearts, it will be much easier for me to open my heart to good criticism. And even if it's bad, you know, it will be easier for me, because I'm like, no, I'll be able to distinguish the difference between good and bad easier. I also really, really appreciate you guys, you know, every single one of you. Even though we're really small right now, we're going to keep on growing and get it bigger and bigger. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all the people that continue to encourage me to carry on, because it really does help. You know, as I said, it's not as easy as it looks. So thank you so much, guys. And remember, to see a change, be the change. Bye.